All right, today we are going to be officially repainting our Atomic Vintage 75 skis. These are really old skis I got as hand-me-downs, and I want new skis, but I don't want to buy new pairs of skis. So instead, we're going to repaint these and make them look like a new pair of skis. We're going to take the bindings off first, and then we're going to go with a base white coat before we do anything else. So let's go. All right, so now we have the bindings off officially. Struts over there. So now the next step is going to be to sand it down a little bit, rough up the edge, get some of these scratches out, these bad marks here, and just get it ready for the paint itself. All right, so now we have the skis sanded. You can see them sanded up pretty good here. Once you're done sanding them, if you have angles, so these skis have angles on both sides, take a piece of it by hand, go through, rough it up. It's hard to get down in those grooves especially. Once you sand it, wipe all the dust off. That's what we're about to do. And then we will put our first coat of paint on after making sure to masking tape the little bolt holes so you don't fill in your holes with paint. All right, so once you get your little holes taped over there, make sure that they're all taped over. They don't have to be exact because your bindings are going to be covering this general area there, so you don't have to be super worried about it. Most people, you're going to want to mask off your actual sides and your edges. I am not, mainly because I have a lot of really bad damage on the corners and stuff that I'm wanting to cover up with all this. So after I get this paint that I put on here should naturally come off as I'm carving and playing around on the mountain. Hopefully, we'll see how that goes. But first coat of paint is about to go on. Okay, so the first coat is on. Not looking great so far, but that's okay. That's why we are putting more than one coat on. So I am going to leave these for 2 or 3 hours, come back and do another coat once it's dried. So, see you then. Okay, so it has officially been about an hour and 10 minutes now. It's still sticky to the touch, clearly now. That's my first attempt of testing it. That is a thicker paint spot there. We're going to go ahead and put a second coat on it now, hopefully make it a little bit more even because they aren't the most even colored at the moment. And go from there. Okay, second coat has been applied. It looks 100 times better now than it did. They're actually starting to look somewhat decent. So now we're going to let this dry for a while, and we're not going to mess with this until it fully dries, and then we are going to be doing one of two things. We have not made a decision yet of either handprints, red, like bloody handprints all over it, or if we are going to do a cherry blossom pattern. But we'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, what is up, everybody? We are back after another 2 hours letting the paint dry. Paint test there. It has started to snow outside, which means that we're going to be able to test these out this weekend, hopefully. So this is the second coat of paint dried on them right now. It honestly looks pretty good. There's some thin spots right here. It's dry to the touch most everywhere though. So I'm going to do some touch-ups and another full coat over them. It's mainly just the tail ends like here and the front tips there that really need any more touching up to do. So I'm going to do this final coat now, and then we will start doing the actual collars tomorrow once we let everything full dry overnight. So we will see you guys after the third coat has been put on. All right, third coat has been applied. So it's still wet, obviously. That's why we got a shine on it. But overall, it's looking clean. Like, honestly, from what they were before, even just this plain white would look good. But we got some plans of a design that we are going to attempt to do on these, and we'll see how that turns out tomorrow. But the previous ski is completely gone. You can't really tell at all of the old collars that used to be there. So I'm really excited about that, but we'll see how it turns out. All right, hey everybody, this is the morning after. We've been letting everything dry overnight. On the way to the store right now to grab some red spray paint because I realized that I did not have any. So you guys are going to tag along with that. We're going to get this red spray paint and we're going to get the rest of the design process finished. See you in the next part of the journey. All right, we just got back from the store. We are now inside the garage, or the garage as the Americans say. Even though I am American. Anyways, we got our skis here. They're looking really clean after the overnight. You can't see or tell the old design on them at all. You can see the damage on them, Jesus. It's worse than I even thought. But we got the red spray paint here, so we're going to start doing this design. And my plan, now mind you, I say plan, I'll set you here so you can watch this plan unfold, is going to be to take, because this is the front, so the left one I'm going to put like this with the tips facing up. The right one I'm going to put with the tip facing down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that red spray paint, spray it at the top really thick, and let it drip down through to look like the skis like dripping blood. And then I'm going to take my hands and cover them in red spray paint and smack them on there to get like red handprints, is the idea. Will it work in execution? No idea. We're about to find out. Wish me luck. Okay, so we got the red on there. We did the drip thing, and then I went ahead and put some latex gloves on and did like some handprints. The first few were kind of crappy. The last couple were actually decent. But here's the grand reveal for them so far. I think they look actually kind of awesome, personally. You can see like our handprints like in there on the bottoms. And remember, these are going to be reversed. So this is the front end and this is the back end of each ski. I'm going to do one last design feature. I'm going to flip these out. Well, I'm going to lay them flat. And I'm going to do a Japanese kanji on the end of this one and the tip of this one that are going to have like a similar meaning or the same meaning or like a phrase. But I'm going to do that real quick and we'll get back to you here in a sec. Okay, guys, we have finished that design now. Got the kanji on there. Not super happy with how it turned out, but I have terrible handwriting to begin with, so I'm not surprised. So we've got the kanji symbol for life on the tail of this ski, and then we have the kanji symbol for death on the top of this ski. They don't look good. I have terrible handwriting, I know. But I think they're still really awesome overall. You got the bloody... They honestly look like the Atomic Bent 90s, if you know what those are. They look a lot like that. They're just a little bit more customized, a little bit rougher looking, and they got Japanese kanji on it, so that's pretty awesome. I still got to do the clear coat on them. I'm going to wait for these to fully dry before I even attempt that, and we're going to put like 3 to 5 coats on there. Make sure it's all safe and good to go. And then hopefully by tomorrow morning we will be ready to go because we have snowstorms moving in, so you'll get to see some skiing clips of these skis this weekend. Let's go. Okay, so we're back in the shop now. They're pretty much dried to the touch, other than like a few spots that are pulled up. It's a little bit touchy still. So now we're going to get our first coat of clear coat on these bad boys. I quite love how they turned out personally. I think they look amazing. But we're going to get this coat of clear coat on them, leave it set for a few more hours, and put another coat on. So we'll catch you guys then. Okay, this is what they look like with the first coat of gloss clear on. Now, what I did with my paints and stuff is I did matte white and a matte red so that the paints underneath weren't reflective. And then I'm doing a gloss clear coat on top to make them a little bit shiny, kind of like new pairs of skis. You can see it reflecting down through there with the first coat. I'm going to try to get 3 to 5 on here. I got a little bit of like a cinch time here though, because I do leave for skiing in the morning. So we're going to do at least 2 more coats this evening. Hopefully 3 if we can. I'd like to get to 4 coats by the end of the night. And then let them dry overnight, remount the bindings in the morning, and see you on the slopes. Okay, so first clear coat is already dry. We're about to put the second one on. It's been about an hour and a half since we got the first one there. So I'm going to put this on here, and then we'll leave it set another 2 hours, and hopefully get 2 or 3 more coats on by the end of the night. All right, everybody, it is 5:38 a.m. Friday morning. We just got the bindings put on them. The final coat is now completely dry. Bindings have now been put on. They're looking, honestly, just phenomenal. We've got some fresh snow coming down outside. It's going to be a great day. We're going to get to test these bad boys, and I'll let you know how they do on the slopes. See you then.